before we get started, I want to let you have the opportunity of introducing yourself, and we'll continue from there. Okay? So you can introduce yourself right now.
Sean Floss Cooks. I am a outreach worker for a program called 518 Snug, and I do that during the nights, but during the days I'm an inspector for Section 8 in housing.
Okay. Okay.
Housing.
Okay. Cool. 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 Okay.
Don't everybody calls me
No.
Floss.
No. Go ahead. You was going in and out. Say that one more time.
Sean Cooks, but everybody calls me Floss. I'm a inspector for Section 8 in housing, but I'm also a outreach worker for 518 Snug, which is a anti-gun violence program.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So today, just to like give a proper intro, because I know I just jumped into it. I got so much going on. So as you guys already know, this is Raven from Pushing Past Prison Community, and we have to do another interview with another special person telling their story based on their experience behind bars. And quite frankly, I have a lot of questions for you. I know I sent you some of the questions previously before. As always, if you have a problem with any question, you can say skip or you don't feel comfortable because at the end of the day, this is your story that I just want to share with the world so everyone will know. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So, first question. I never asked anyone why they were in prison. If you want to share it, that's on you. But I never asked. But my first question is, how long did you serve incarcerated?
Well, I got 4 felonies and I did 3 different state bids, but my first felony was I did county time. But my other 3 felonies, I did 1.5 to 3 years. I did 3 years, 2.5 years. Then my last bid, I did 5 years in
Okay.
violation.
Okay. Okay. Um, would it? So I'm going to take you through a transition with my questions. At least try to with your thought process before, middle, and after. Okay.
Okay.
So what type of person you were prior to imprisonment? And I'm loving the locks, by the way. Them suckers getting long, boy. You gonna have me dragging soon.
Yeah, I got them roped up. But prior to prison, I was young. So my first state bid was I was 20 years old. I got locked up for which I don't mind sharing everything about being what I did. I
Yeah.
don't regret it. Um, I got locked up for heroin. I got caught with some bags of heroin.
Mhm.
I was trying at the time. I was 20 years old, and I ended up getting my first upstate bid, which I got a 1.5 to 3, and that was back in 2003, and I came home the middle of '04, so I did 18 months at the time.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
just a
Go ahead.
young kid, just being in the streets, trying to find my way, um, partially in the streets and partially doing what I had to do, but more so in the streets, in the street life.
Okay. Um. Okay. So during that process of you being incarcerated, was there anything that kind of shocked you about prison?
Uh, Nah, because I pretty much had heard a lot about it. I mean, yeah, one thing did shock me, but there were a lot of things that I heard a lot about because in a way, indirectly, I was being groomed for it, honestly, because
Mhm.
when you bunch of the big homies from your town, from your block getting locked up, they coming home telling their stories, or I have a lot of male cousins and family members that had been back and forth to prison, so I kind of heard the stories already, whether it was through juvenile or adult prison. So I kind of knew what to look for. My father had prior to me getting locked up. My father came home from doing 15 years for a homicide. So he still was fresh on coming home. So he was kind of like telling me what things he went through. And then when I did get locked up, when I was getting ready to go in for sentencing, he was telling me what things to look out for and stuff. So I was kind of aware to the things that was happening in there, but not to the whole effect. There's a difference between just knowing or hearing about it and then actually living it and being a part of it.
Experiencing it, yeah. I definitely understand that.
It was um It was I was just had got out of the box and I had got transferred to another facility, and I seen a dude who was actually, you know, homosexual guy,
Mhm.
and he had stuff, and I was like, they got females in here with the, and but I still
So
was,
he already transitioned. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
older dude or whatever, and I was still kind of new to being in prison, and I hadn't the jails that I was in, hadn't seen it, so that was my first, introduction to that part of this is what happens in here too. You know what I'm saying? So that was a kind of shocking to me. But other than that, everything else was pretty much, you know, I've heard of it, but to experience it and be a part of it and see it, and that was a different story. But
The
I
whole
kind of
different thing. I'm just gonna ask you because I don't know what I hit on my end that kind of got us from like on top of each other instead of me in this little box. But just in case the pre-recording is gonna show you cut off, can you just turn your phone further up so I can see the rest of your face? I want to see your nose and down. And I just want to make sure
okay.
we get you correct just in case I did something wrong because I don't know how it's
All
gonna
right.
look in the playback and I don't want you to be cut off. Okay, so okay. Um, I've heard this from a few different people as far as a lot of like the shit that they show on The Wire and certain movies about being a overpopulation of gangs and rapes and all types of stuff that you can I guess unimaginable things. Can you say that's factual? That really does happen, or is it just more for movies that it's not that prevalent?
Well, a big part of it is factual, but they dramatize it a lot more. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. Some places is, you do have, there's abundance of gangs. Definitely in the New York State prison system, you have, the biggest gangs in there. I would say really the biggest gang is the COs, the police. But as far as like us as being convicts, the biggest gang in there is pretty much is Bloods. Everywhere you go is going to be most jails is run by Bloods. I mean, you have other gangs that's in there like the the Trinitarios. You got Latin Kings. You have Crips, all
Mm-hmm.
different other type of gangs. But yeah, it's prevalent in there. What was the other? What was some of the other things you asked about?
Well, it was about the gangs, rapes, and anything else in between.
Rape. I've never, been in a compound where someone was raped that I knew of.
Mhm.
I think more of those are people that it was a big thing back in the like the 70s, 80s. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of the 90s, but that's kind of like not really nobody's really being raped like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you're
Okay,
doing, and if you're a part of that, it's because you want to be a part of it. But
got you.
really, not to say that it's not happening at no other jail, but I have yet to seen or heard of it. And I've been through many jails. It's not really going down like that, being raped. But the gang violence and stuff like that, that's true. Gang violence is heavy in there. Things that are taken lightly out here on the gang timing is taken real seriously in there. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
It's
On a
more
whole
color
different
bang.
level because are you saying that because of like I guess you guys don't have access to a lot of things that you have more access to outside in the real world?
They focus more on the littlest thing in there. In prison, you got to understand it's about a respect level. It's about who's the big. You're around like thousands of the 16, 1,800 other
There's a
dudes
lot of
where
egos involved and
ego
stuff like that. Mhm.
off as opposed to here. If I don't like you or you're from a different, I much away from you. And it's, and there you can't hide from it unless you're gonna you sign in to go on PC or you tell an officer something like that. But
Mhm.
it's more magnified in there because there's a respect level about everything from the max behind the wall to mediums to the minimums. But things happen more in mediums and behind the wall. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And max, but and a lot of big homies is in behind the wall. So you know
Okay.
um but yeah, I think it's things are more like out here in the streets when it comes to gang banging. People don't really color bang like that no more. Like oh, I don't mess with him. I don't want to because he rock blue or he with that side. But
Mhm.
in
Yeah, I don't hear that much anymore. Like I think it was more like a early 2000s, I mean early 2000s, maybe like the 90s for sure. but I don't really hear it as prevalent as now. Like everyone's claiming blocks and ripping flags like they used to.
Yeah. But in there it's a little bit more heightened because, um, like I mean, personally, I was gangbanging. I was, which I still am associated with. But I'm not a gang. I don't consider myself a gang banger because I'm not banging for no gang or nothing out here. I'm a gang member. I still deal with the Lokes. I still deal with, the Crips. But I'm not out there trying to kill nobody because they wear a different color. I'm not out there trying to teach any of the younger
Yeah, it's
individuals
to a limit. Yeah.
anything different. I'm trying to teach them that you can still be out here and do the right thing. Because I explained to them, like, if you're a set and all we can do is kill each other, is all we doing is this. Oh, I can go kill, I can shoot that person. You're killing off the set. You're not an asset to the set. You just taking away from it. You're killing each other
Mhm.
for what? We need to be
Mhm.
helping each other, help each other elevate. No matter what they come, what you still my brother. No matter
Yeah.
what plane, you feel what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like in prison, like it's hard for definitely for Crip members, and it's a blood jails, blood jails.
It's crazy because I feel like to a certain extent, they're doing the police job for them. You know what I'm saying? They're killing us. We're killing each other. So I just feel like our population of growth is kind of declining in that way. But
Yeah.
what kept you sane during that time of I know you had spurts of different times where you had to go in and out, but like what kept you sane during that time, for those times?
Knowing that I had light at the end of my tunnel, because I'm around dudes that got forever,
Mm.
have the opportunity to come home, and the few people that I did talk to in the time in that communicated with me, but which it wasn't a whole lot because when you go in there, there's a lot of times it's out of sight, out of mind, so people forget, and some people do it unintentionally. This life happens. You know what I'm saying? So you're not the focus of life. They got bills, things that going on out here, trying to raise kids, trying to survive. So
Mhm.
like you saying was music. Biggest thing was music.
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 Okay.
I wanted to get away from and reading. The time I wanted to get away from the just the whole atmosphere that I'm in now, I can jump into a book and be somewhere else, or I can listen to some music and
Mm.
put my little blinders on that I call it, like over my eyes and just lay in my bed and just float away. I'm back in the streets, or I'm in the and I'm back home. But I think a part of it was my faith in God too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the biggest religious person, but I
Which is
practice religion, and that praying kept me sane because I've come across dudes that couldn't take it. Definitely when you're dealing with being in a box for months and years,
Mhm.
it wears and tear on your mindset. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So, got people that I've done numerous times in a box, and I think it was just my strong will that I knew that I was going to be making it home. I had something to live for. You know what I'm saying? I got something to
Yeah.
come home, even if it ain't what I is that all of what I want. I don't have everything that I need when I know what I'm getting home, but I know I have my freedom and I got the opportunity to make it happen again for myself. So that was what kept me sane.
Let me ask you this. Was your family a major role in your life during that time?
Mm-mm, not really. I was pretty much raised by my grandmother. Being honest, my father was doing bids, and he was locked up for his bid, and then my mother was doing her own thing. So um, and I come from a pretty decent family. You know what I'm saying? People struggle like just like anybody else, drugs and all that other stuff too. But I was raised right. It's just that my grandma was getting older. Aunts and uncles and cousins was doing their own thing, and my father, when he did make it home, and he stayed in touch here and there. But then he was going. He was dealing with his own battles of starting to slip back into the streets and drugs and stuff like that. So he wasn't there like that. I don't. They came. I'm not gonna say they never checked for me, or they just wasn't as you know um, supportive as or wanted or needed them to be. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was what it was. I had my resentment to it on that, but and I let it go because it's like, I put myself in a situation. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's good to have, a family support, man, because if the people's in there don't see, just like going to court systems, like going through the court system, if they don't see that you have any support or nobody here, they do anything to you. They can easily railroad you. You can easily get killed or hurt by these police. I don't be by police and stuff like that. You need that
Yeah.
out help. But I know that I had people there, from time to time, and it's all like they didn't write me off or anything, but they was just
Yeah.
it just was stuck
Like
in there.
doing them.
I ain't like some people burn bridges and they don't have nobody because they don't mess that whole line of communication up. But I didn't.
Mm.
That wasn't mine. That wasn't my situation. I had family members and friends, stuff that reached out here and there. Not all the time, but then towards the end of my bid, hey, a lot more people was there. But you coming
Of
home by that
course. It always works like that. Yeah.
time. But no, they were. I've went some years without speaking to certain individual or getting visits. And it was a
Mhm.
hard time that I had to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Because being in prison ain't gonna be it's not really supposed to be happy. Not gonna be you're on vacation. No, you're really
Yeah. No. Definitely. You're not away at college or anything like that. It's a whole different process. So
yeah.
I definitely get that.
That part helps kind of like because like I tell anybody like with being in prison, it says Department of Corrections. They don't correct anything. If
Yeah.
anything,
They probably make you worse. You know what I'm
makes you
saying? Yeah, because you're in there. I believe I was speaking to someone else on a video, and he was like, "You're in there with other criminals. So how am I supposed to be better? How I'm gonna be what's the term rehabilitated if I'm in there with people who probably did worse shit than I did? So that made perfect sense to me. Perfect sense.
right. So my thing, I think that me personally changing out, unless I guess we'll get to that. I ain't gonna go over. Oh my, I'm just gonna answer what you need to answer first.
No, 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 no. If
So,
you want to go, this is your show. I'm just guiding the course. Go ahead. Tell me what you about to say.
yeah, part of my change was in spite of being in the situation that I was in. It wasn't because they helped me to change or I see. No, it was because I was in the belly. You can say the belly of the beast, or you was in hell. Because being in prison,
Mhm.
and being in the hell, like depending on what spot
Mhm.
you. So I don't. People get cut. I didn't had to cut someone before. I didn't. You know,
Mhm.
things you have. Sometimes you have to do things that you don't even want to do, but to
Mhm.
surviving it
Just
or keep
yeah.
respect for yourself, you have to do certain things. You're going to be tested, or you're going to, depending on the politics that you're in. If you're a gambler, eventually that's going to lead to you getting in something violent. If you're a gangbanger, eventually you're going to get into something violent. If you sneak thieve people or take from people, you're going to eventually get something done to you. So,
Violent, yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
tell them. Yeah, I got you, bro. Hold on. So it's basically is what. There you go. Thank you. You're welcome, man. So, it's basically you're in this environment, a controlled environment that you really don't have a lot of control over the things that go on, even with yourself or what other people are doing. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. But in that, whether it be through the individuals that's around you, to the COs, to the, all the staff, there, civilians, you just it's corrupt. I don't
Mhm.
remember being police and then. All right, I done been beat up by police, and then I had to go to the infirmary where they supposed to check you out, and they just tell what they do, they'll get you fixed right back up so the police can beat you up again. So everybody's,
Wow.
what I'm saying, you got certain individuals that treat you like a human being, but you got a lot of them that don't. So being in that and knowing that I don't want this for my life no more, and going through certain trials and tribulations, and like, damn, this ain't life. I can't keep doing this. It made
Yeah.
me wants to be, get out of that, and say like when I go home, I gotta make it work for myself because I can't keep doing this. This ain't life.
You can't keep going back, yeah, because eventually you're gonna get hit with that last bid, and that last bid could be life. So I definitely understand that.
Right.
So I'm going to shift a little bit with your relationship, and
Okay.
and obviously you you just got married. Congratulations. I've seen the pictures. You guys look amazing. So that's
Thank you.
so dope. So dope. You're welcome. So my actual question was gonna be, regardless, is did you have like at this? Let me redirect this question because it was actually a general thing. But now that I know for sure, was your wife there during that time, or did you guys meet after the fact? Like, was she there for you during that time?
No, me and my wife actually wasn't together in the time that I was in prison. Any of
Okay.
the time. We've been knowing each other since we were 15. I mean, since she was
Oh
15.
wow.
I was 17. I'm a share a small story, which I share with people, and I always do with a lot of our families and friends, our gatherings and stuff. Um, Me and her family, like her cousins, her older cousins, because I'm like 3 years older than my wife, but we
Mhm.
still same 5 year age bracket. So her cousins that I went to school with when I'm
Mhm.
young individual when I moved here from the city. So she I always liked her. I could say I had a crush on her. But
Mhm.
her
I can
cousin
see
that
you kind of smirking over there. I can see you like I had a little crush or something.
so, so her cousin used to always, like, every time he was around, if she was in the vicinity or around, he'd be like, "Yo, Tasha here," because my wife's name
Mhm.
is Tasha. So he'd be like,
Okay.
Tasha. He would always be like, "Yo, he liked you, or whatever." So I used to, always try to grab her ear, talking to her or whatever, but she knew.
Mhm.
So one particular time, we were at a they had this place called Sneaky Peeks back in the day,
Well, I
and
feel like I heard that name before. Sneaky Pete.
yeah,
That sounds like I heard that. Yeah.
it was a nightclub, that actual nightclub here in Albany. It was an
Okay.
actual official nightclub. But they used to do, like, on Thursdays they would do like teen night. You know what I mean? So they started doing
I
that for
think
the
I've been there once. I can't think of the street, but we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, I think they closed down, right?
us. Keep going. She stopped because she hear teen night. What are you talking about? So,
But
but
they ended up closing that place, right?
yeah, yes, they closed it. They closed it one of the years I was going in. What I
Mhm.
was like. So I had family here. That's why I had to move away. They left now. But
Don't worry
so
about it.
basically what happened was we was a teen night. I was old enough to go to teen nights and regular night. Regular night you only had to be 18. So I was
Mhm.
18, going probably damn near 19. 18, she was 15. So I was I was like, yo, talking to her like, this is my wife right here. My wifey, it's my wifey, right? She, oh, I'm not. Get up off, like, get off me, and, like, diss me in front of everybody. You feel me? So the next week, I think I'm there, or a couple weeks later, um, I'm talking to a female there, and she pull up like, "Oh, that's how you gonna do it? You gonna talk to girls right in front of your wife?" And I was like, "Girl, you just dissed me the other day." She's like, "Mama, like, you just dissed me." She's like, "And I need a ride home too." So my little thirsty ass was like, "You know what?" Talking to the girl that I was talking to, I'm like, "Yo, I gotta go," and I gave her a ride home, knowing that she only was using me for the ride.
I
But
know it. It all worked out though. It all worked out.
so years later, she went away to, I went away to, I'm went into the streets. I went going back to prison, and she ended up moving it and going away to Brooklyn for some years and went to school. And so we was out of contact for years. So by the time we met back up, it was I was coming home from prison, grown.
Mhm.
Um, and we eventually, a friend of mine I remember, if you remember,
What's
a
your
lot
friend?
of cancer had passed away. That worked with me. My man Sleeves, he got killed, and she was checking up on me. She ended up finding out, like, cause we reconnected through, like, social media. I would see her from time.
Yeah.
Then I see that she was back in town here, and so she had been here for some years, and then I'll be checking in with her, just, seeing, see her, see how she was doing. She was in a relationship at the time, somebody that I knew, and after that, that didn't work out, and then who I was with didn't work out, and you know
Mhm.
that my man passed away. She checked up on me, and then it kind of
Ooh.
let getting back to know each other, and to where we at now. Now we have
Yeah.
well, we had my son, and got engaged, got married, and the rest is history now. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's beautiful. I hate to say it, but I feel like the passing of your friend kind of opened the door for you guys, and I don't want to say that happened for that reason because it's very unfortunate, and I'm sorry for your friend lost, but it just seems like that was a way for y'all to open that door.
No, I see. No, we kind of like say the same thing because if it wasn't for that, we probably wouldn't have connected either at least at that time or probably never. You know,
Mhm.
that's initially what what we would still like. We would chat here and there like on Facebook. I mean, she don't have Facebook. IG, like I would comment on her pictures and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
what's the farthest it
But it's
went?
nothing like as deep as
Yeah,
you guys had to go that
we did that,
understood.
brought us together, and then when we had our we had my son. I named my son after my friend. One of his middle names is Elijah, and then also we got married on his birthday. On
That is
if his
well thought out. Oh my gosh, that's well thought out.
birthday comes around, that's our wedding. That was our wedding day.
So
So
it's also another memory of him and y'all special day, y'all
yep,
union. So that's dope. That was dope. That was really dope. Um, so I'm gonna direct these questions since your wife wasn't there at the time. So like I said, if you feel some type of way, just let me know. But did you ever have any woman in your life during that process?
yeah, I was dealing with a woman that I off and on for about 10 years, but in the time that I got locked up, my first bid, I was younger, so I had a young individual that I was dealing with, whatever, and then that didn't really work out. As the time went on, we became still been cool. My second bid, I didn't really have nobody. I didn't have no girl at the time. I was just doing me. I never had no consistent relationship like that. And then my third bid, when I met a female right before getting locked up, but we weren't serious. We were just talking, whatever the case may be. And then I got locked up like a couple months later, and through off and on, she was right here and there, or whatever. And then when I came home, we got together again, but it still was like off and on, off and on. So it
Mhm.
wasn't nothing solid, serious. And then so
Okay.
I really had nobody, no real consistent female during them bids.
Yeah, but so that was the only one during those couple times you was locked up that you can recall that was like on and off, like just someone to be there with you, right?
Yeah, but see, I was growing in it time. See, when I got locked the first time, I was really young. You know what I'm saying? I was only 20 years
Mhm.
old. But the person that I was dealing with at that time, she was younger than me, and that didn't really
Yeah,
work out.
so they wasn't ready for that
Yeah,
commitment, that mindset. So I get where you coming from with that. The reason why I'm asking you these questions is because a lot of the people that happen to watch me is women that's obviously the women behind y'all story. You know what I'm saying? The women that's following y'all through this journey. And I did want to gear some of my questions to get a male's perspective of how did that help or hinder you having that relationship or that companionship because it wasn't serious for you, but like that companionship during that time.
but well, it's stressful. When you
Who you telling?
old girl was like off and on. It was like stressful because you know you're not there like you want to be, and then when y'all go through certain situations and stuff like that, the little arguments on the phone or whatever the case may be, or or just having or really feeling each other is like you don't get the full effect. You feel what I'm saying? So it's stressful because you really want to be with that person and you can't. And then when you ups and downs, you can't really do a whole lot to fix it like you want to. Because me personally, I'm a media person. I'm like this. All right, I'm able to just hurry up and go talk to you, call you, whatever. I don't have that. So if you
Yeah, you kind of hands on when it comes to your relationship. So that phone shit, emails. I don't know. Was you there for the JPay? Because I feel like JPay is fairly new.
nah, I wasn't there for that. They started all that after I done
I know
paid
you
my
like what
divorce.
the fuck.
They don't.
uh,
I was there when the phone calls was for damn near $4 for a phone call, $6 for a
mm.
phone call. Depending
Was you
on the
getting
city.
30 minutes or was it 15? Cause I've heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, y'all get
Behind
30 minutes." I feel like,
the mediums, you get 30 minutes, but in but most behind the wall, the maxes you get like 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Unless you
wow.
it depends on the level of prison you in. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
crazy. Okay. So
yeah,
Securus, that word doesn't ring a bell to you. The word Securus.
no, Securus wasn't. It was Global Tail when I was in prison.
Oh,
If, if you
okay.
it was Global Tail, and you couldn't call cell phones. You only could call regular phones.
House
If
phone.
you didn't have no landline, you weren't getting no phone calls. Only way you can get a phone call on a cell phone if you know how people used to when they had a landline they would transfer their phone calls to their cell phone if they're not
Yeah,
home.
yeah, I remember that.
That's the only way you was able to when I was in there.
Ooh, wait. So you think this new one? This is a question I didn't ask you or have written down, but do you think prison is better to cope now with the new system than it is with the old one?
I think it is because they made it a little. We didn't have tablets. We weren't doing no emails. And in the box now, they have to let them on the phone. So that and then COVID came where they was getting a phone call every three times out, three phone calls 3 times out the week. When I was in prison, able to get a free phone call. It was all 3 ways, and then if you got knocked doing that, you was probably potentially can get
I'm not
right.
gonna lie, they was very strict with the 3 ways. Now it's kind of like, hold on, you want to speak to your brother? Like it's so easy. Before
Yeah,
it's like, yo, I'm gonna go get him out the other room, and you start dialing on them.
right. So when I was going bidding, you had to do a 3 way. People had to blow into the phone, and so that they couldn't hear the line click over because people.
Oh, because it used to hang up on you if they kind of keep wind of that, right? I remember
Exactly.
that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yo, you showing my
They
age, okay?
was different, and I mean nowadays they don't have the box as much from what I'm hearing from my people that call me. They they can't do no more than 15 consistent days in the box now. When I was going, you was in the box and then you didn't get no phone call unless you've been in there for a long while. They might give you one phone call depending on how long you've been down the line, but you wasn't getting no phone calls. If you didn't get a
Mm,
visit, it was a wrap. But now they can get on a tablet. They can get a
yeah,
tablet what they sell, or you got a tablet in there now.
yeah.
And population,
I'm not.
you only had one when I was in.
No, no, you're definitely right with the population. But I didn't know. So let me just say my first thought before I forget it. I appreciate the tablets because it kind of gets them wired to how we work out here. You know what I'm saying? We email out
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
We communicate
yeah.
in a different way, and I think that there should be more programs towards them adapting better to civilization. So I really
Right.
thought that's pretty dope with the tablets in the email process. What I don't like about it is it takes forever. Like sometimes I can get a he can write me something today and I won't get it till next week sometimes. And we didn't already talk 7 times on the phone, so now I'm getting some shit that we already talked about, and it's like I got all excited to see a message, and it's like, oh, we already talked about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they got this. So Securus is the phone system, and I'm not gonna lie, maybe this is petty, but fuck it, it's petty. But it used to be like, so I'm a person that recognizes patterns. I'm a pattern person, so I realized that back in the day, and I'm talking about like maybe a year or two ago, you can get on the phone when they call you, and they'll click right over on 13 seconds in because that's your money. So I'm like, okay, now they got this extra recording suicide awareness that takes
Yeah,
you
that
a whole. Yeah, do you are you familiar with that shit? I'm like, who's dying to the point where we need a recording? Wasting
before I
24 seconds of my motherfucking time. It's so hell, yo. So,
yeah,
but I'm glad
my
you know
cousin.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when I was receiving phone calls from my cousin and my friends, it'll start saying that whole long recording.
Suicide, yeah.
It ain't like, and you can't press no button to go to have your
The
been set the
stupid.
call.
Now you gotta hear that shit through. So now I got it to the point like to a T. When I see 24 seconds, I press one. Like that's it. Like I know where it's at this point, but it's just little stuff like that. So you probably got her at the best time. Like I know you saying it might is better now that they have all these tablets and other ways of communication. But I want you to realize this too. Is that I feel it also makes it worse. Like it's a gift and a curse because now you able to do more, but now it makes you want to come home more. Now it makes you want to do more, and you can't. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like sometimes it's better to be in the black hole of things than to be out, but still far enough where you can't reach. You know what I'm saying? Like, still can't really get there. So, that's one of the things that is daunting for me. But I hold on. Sorry, I was in the middle of my thing. Let me get my question out. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. To compare yourself from the man you were to the man you are today, what has drastically changed?
My mindset. And they say that, if you could change the way you think, you could change your life. Things that I thought that I entertained years ago, or that I thought was something, is not much to me now. I'm more family oriented now. You know what I'm saying? I was going back. I always had some sense of family orientation, but I was going back and forth to prison so much, back and forth. Like I was always on my own anyway. Getting locked up, I ain't nobody really there like as much like that. So I was all. But now I have my own family. My family means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So family means more to me. I'm more. Uh, I don't worry about being in the streets on that type of time and no more. Before it was like, all right, this work ain't working. I got this little job, but it ain't paying a lot. And I need to get. I'm gonna go hustle. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So the biggest thing that changed me was my mindset and the things that I value more. I value my freedom in my life more. I was playing with
Your
it.
family, all that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't care so much about. Not saying I didn't care about my life. I just was only worrying
You
about
didn't
me.
have a lot going for you back then, and your intro said it all. Like, you got your own thing going on. We're going to talk about that, so please make sure I don't forget it, because I will start going and then like try to wrap up. So please, because I want you to have your moment to kind of like tell what you're doing now, because that's what this is all about. This is not glorifying what you've been through and to shame you, or just to talk about the negative side. This is just something you've been through. This is not who you are. This does not define you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is just something to say, you know what, I've been there, done that, but I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do this for. So, also, what I know we were talking about, would change drastically with you and your mindset, but what would you tell your younger self before you went to prison? Like, what is something you would say to your younger self?
I've had this question before, actually, too. I'll just tell my younger self, man, slow down, man. Don't be so quick to want to be a part
You
of.
said go to hell?
Slow down, slow down.
I'm about to say, tell yourself go to hell? Okay.
Slow down, slow down. Uh, Everything that you think it is what it is ain't always what it seems. You take a lot. So boom, I see that if I look up to and I glorify the drug dealers and the dudes that's out there getting money and shit, that's who I wanted to be. That's who I wanted to get. I wanted to emulate that. Not knowing that a lot comes to, it's a big price to pay when it comes with that, or being in the streets and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not take everything, really think, and not take everything off of face value. Just because I see that man with a car and everything, or it may not be, and that may not even really be his car. He may not even have that much money, or
May not even be his.
probably have to hurt somebody to get that, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, he is making money, but eventually he's gonna go to jail and he's gonna do a lot of time. And that's what I tell my old, slow down and don't take things off of face value.
Understood. Um, I'm gonna veer my questions now, and I might have some that's gonna be more prison related too, but I'm trying to transition into your time out. You being out. How was that transition for you? Like getting to the other side, was it difficult?
Not as much, but I think I still transitioning now. There's things that, you ever heard. I try to say that I'm alright. I am alright for the most part, but I still have certain things that I do that brings me back to prison. I could just have a flashback like that of prison. Something always reminds me of prison. You know what I'm saying? So, but it wasn't bad like that. I mean, I was still kind of connected to the outside as far as hearing and trying to keep in tune with what's going on. Certain things was different, that changed when I was in there. Obviously, people, places, and the things change. Technology goes along, but it wasn't that getting accustomed back into society wasn't a hard to do. But certain little things like that I still do that I keep from being in prison. Like the like
there's a no judgment zone. What you still do? What you said?
When you in there, you put toilet tissue down on the toilet, so you don't want to. I still do that in my own house, and I'm the one that
Wait. So you don't what? I want to hear you finish your sentence.
toilet tissue down on a seat or something, a cover over the seat. When you're in prison, you do that because you spray the toilet down and you'll wipe it off, and then you'll put some people we put down our own little things that makeshift toilet seats so we can put over the toilet, or you'll just roll up toilet tissue in a way
and lay it. Is it because you think something's gonna come out from the sewer?
No, it's germs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Putting it on the seat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what you're talking about. I'm thinking you're talking about forgive me on that, because my husband just said they have like some mouse rat situation where it's coming up from the sewer. So when you said that, my mind went to blocking the opening of the toilet, but you're just talking about just laying it across.
Around.
Okay, just to sit down on it. Okay. I'm with you. Okay.
Like, I don't know why I can't get rid of it. It's just like someone being in the street or being in a ward, like you dealing with PTSD and stuff like that. Sometimes.
And I was gonna ask you that. I was so gonna ask you. I was like, have you developed anxiety, PTSD, or anything from that process?
Well, me, I'm an OCD. When it comes to cleaning and stuff, my wife likes to say that I'm OCD, but I think I have a hint of it. But I come from my grandmother was very honest when it comes to cleaning, so I'm on it like that now. So she think so. I get like real like if I see because I told her, I said, like you brushing your teeth and you got toothpaste all on them.
You gotta wipe it down, yeah, because it gets hard and it's not that it's hard to clean, but it's not a quick like wipe down if you get it fresh. I got you.
It reminds me of prison though, because when I used to go to the bathrooms in the prison, after everybody's washing it, you come right. Some people don't wash that shit off, and it be everywhere. So it flashbacks. I mean, I hate. It's like I hate it. You know what I'm saying? So little things that still kind of stick with me from being in prison. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, but as far as the full transition, coping and being out here, I didn't really have a problem with that.
Okay, so I know you said you didn't have a problem with that. So let me just give you some scenarios. Did you ever have to go to a halfway home?
No.
Okay.
When I came, mostly times when I didn't have to go to like a halfway house or anything.
Okay, so you was very blessed in that situation. Did you ever struggle with like opening a bank account, finding work, or anything like that?
Yeah, like it was certain things that I didn't know how to do that I had got help with, like opening up a bank. I opened up a bank account. Somebody told me how to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just because from me being away. It's just that I was going back. I wasn't out here
long enough.
Really, I was growing up, and I did most of my 20s in prison. So I was growing up in there. I was out here for a year or so, maybe a few months, and then I'm back in there. You know what I'm saying? I see what's happening out here, but I wasn't doing it. All right, I'm out here, but I haven't opened up a bank account because I really never did that before. So okay, now I'm locked up. Now I can't do it, but I'm getting older, and now I'm back out here.
So now you come home trying to catch up with the times. Did you ever feel like you had to catch up?
Yeah,
you wasn't doing enough.
Originally I felt like when I first came home, I had to catch up, like trying to be fly and stuff like that. I would see like younger little dudes that I knew when they was kids, and I came home now they driving big cars and stuff like that, and I wanted to catch up to that. Like, oh, wow, I need to get my shit together. I need to get on that. But that was the wrong way of playing catch up. You shouldn't always try. And that's how I learned that you shouldn't play catch up because you'll get yourself back into jail, back in prison. Negatively, that's what my negative mind was at. But as far as getting a bank account and stuff like that, yeah, you do feel like, damn, I don't know how to do this. Damn, you got kids that know how to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to get accustomed to learning a few things. As far as getting a job, yeah, I always kind of pretty much got a job, not always the job that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Getting a job, yeah, I have my struggles with getting a job. You know what I'm saying? I think it was because of felonies and stuff like that, but I pretty much got a job. It just wasn't always the ones that I really wanted. I mean, till
Yeah, you
So
have to crawl before you can walk, and I understand that too. Um, Let me ask you this: did you ever feel that you was like just done? Like, did you ever have any like suicidal type moments where you just felt like? I know you said you always had that faith, but was there any moment in your bed that it was just kind of just dark, you didn't see the other side? You know, I'm sure that she was like going through a process of losing family members. You know, other people that in your life that probably got locked up. You kind of just feel like a moment of just losing everything. Like, you know, have you ever experienced that?
not suicidal or anything, but I had felt like I felt by myself. I was around that 1,800 people, but I still felt like lonely. You feel me, man?
Mm.
Like boom, when I got like going to the box and getting beat up by police and stuff like that. And then when you get set in the box, it's like, and then I didn't have that outlet to really reach out to no one because it was like my communication with some certain individuals, like my family, wasn't there as much as I wanted it to be. Like I said, everybody's doing their own thing, but I felt like I really had nobody at that time yet. Like those situations, because now I'm in the box and I got beat up. Now these people can kill me in here, and it's like, damn, I ain't got nobody
No
that can
one's
really
there to
fight.
checking up on you. Yeah, I've heard that. Like, you really need family to be like one of those annoying, pesky family members where they like calling, hey, why he hasn't called, why he hasn't written. He normally don't do this just to show that you got people who care. Because I think people who don't have that, they think they can do whatever they want to them. Is that true?
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. For one, they got the upper hand when you're in there. Like a lot of times they say, just like you say, just like we spoke on earlier, um, like the police, right? They feel like, and they'll say like, you can go to Attica, right? And the police, I
Mhm.
haven't been store in Wyoming, but Attica police will tell you that, listen, we don't care what you do, because remember you were saying that we do it to each other, we killing each other and everything like that. We
Mhm.
help, we're
Yeah.
making their job by doing it. And it's kind of true. That rings true because they feel like, listen, we don't care what y'all do to each other in here, but don't put your hands on one of my officers. So and they'll tell you that in that facility. So, and they tell you like, yo, this is our house. Y'all just live here. Like this is our house. So basically, like, and
Yeah.
the farther you
Y'all just
back,
visiting.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
our house. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on the facility that you at too, because they respect them lifers. They respect certain individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
because
they
they
know
know
that.
that they adopted them into that shit because they not going.
Right. So it really depends on where you at, but for the majority of it, they abuse their authority. They talk to you any type of way, you know what I'm saying, and they'll tell you like, you ain't shit. I done got choked out by officers and beat on, and they call me a nigga. Like,
Mm.
like And that's when I like that was like a part of my wake up call. Like, damn, these motherfuckers, because I never had it happen to me. I've heard of it happening. I've walked by police and I see them look at us certain ways, and I tell my homies like they probably saying, "Look at these stupid ass niggas." Now that's just me just talking, but to really have it, someone really
To
of
really think, like feeling that way.
he was choking me out, and he was like, "Yo, pass out, nigga. I'm just gonna wake you back up. I'm gonna choke you out again." Like to have, and this is a sergeant, so it's like, damn, how
If you doing
person.
that, what are your people under you thinking it's okay? You know, what are they thinking is the correct thing to do if
So,
you're doing that? Wow.
yes, like I have no wins here. And don't get me wrong, you can probably win the fight, but you'll never win you never win the battle. You can win that fight, like the police can pop on you. You can pop back on them because you do have a choice. If you want to pop it, you pop back on them. Yeah, you probably knock them out and all that, but you're not gonna win in the end. You probably gonna get a new charge. You're gonna get beat up by them. They're gonna wash you up wherever you go. Now you have a label on you. Oh, he got assault on staff. So now they treat you foul in the box. They won't feed you. Do all types of funny shit. You won't let you out to go to get showers and shit like that. Won't turn you because they feel like you don't violate one of ours, and it's in your record when you go in there. So now they like, oh, you got assault. Oh, you got assault on. Oh, you got assault on. One
One of
officer
us,
asked me once.
yeah.
One officer asked me he's like, oh, you got threats of violence, because I got threats of violence and violent conduct. So like, you guys, On who? So he was like this. I didn't understand what he was saying. He like, who you had a threats of violence to who? So I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? He like, blue or green? So they went
Mm.
blue. I was
No,
like,
I got the
oh,
analogy. I got that. Mhm.
like, oh, okay, and walked off. Like, so I'm like, damn, he probably was gonna try to
Mm. Yeah, fuck you up right there. So
thing,
do you feel like? I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off
but
because there is a slight lag. So if I say something while you're still talking, please like let me know because it sounds like you paused on my end. So I
oh,
do apologize. Um, do you feel like you were traumatized a little bit from it, from that process?
yeah, 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 I believe so. I believe so because I have certain
But
things that I have flashbacks about, and like certain things. I used to have dreams in there, right?
mhm.
That I was, being in jail. You have dreams being home. Then you wake up, you see the bars. You still in
Yeah,
jail.
yeah.
I have dreams. I had times where I was having like dreams of being locked back up, and I wake up like like it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I think that's I was traumatized in a way. Yeah, being in prison.
Do you feel like you're traumatized to a point where you seek counseling? Because I don't know if you do or not, but like, do you feel like that's something that you would consider going if you don't already?
No, I never went to it for it or anything like that. But I was always had the mindset of that. Oh, we don't need to talk. We need to talk to nobody. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yo, men think that so much. Like, you guys are something. Y'all go through the most trauma, and I'm not even just talking about just prison. Like, I'm gonna be honest. We as women give y'all trauma, and I just had this conversation with someone I know, and just like I don't know, it went viral, and you probably know about it. But there was the lady with the McDonald's and all
Yeah,
that shit with the
yeah,
kids.
yeah, yeah.
That I literally was like for the guy, and the guy I was talking to was for the girl. So it was like, it was so crazy how the gender roles kind of changed in that mindset because I'm like, when by her trying to expose him, she made herself look dumb. And the reason why I feel that way is because those other kids wasn't his kid. Now morally, he should have did it. But do we have to? No. You know what I'm saying? So now you're gonna put that man in the mindset of, hey, I'm not gonna do nothing for my kid because when I do something, I'm gonna make them feel some type of way, and she's gonna give me hell for it. Not only that, as a woman, you're supposed to make sure you either get in their father's asses or you gonna handle that. But you shouldn't make him feel less than or any type of way that he's taking care of his kids, so that you guys don't win in either way. So we can bring some form of I don't even know if this is the word, traumatization. I can't even say the word, but some type of trauma to the man's psyche. And how do you feel about that? Let me just ask you that. How do you feel about that?
Well, females bringing trauma to you to the man.
Like that whole situation, as
Oh,
far as because
oh,
it goes into our conversation of being
wait,
traumatized.
my wife put the jacket. She already had. I said, what you? She said, hell no, you ain't gonna just bring one thing for for your son. But me personally, like she just felt like she shouldn't. Don't. She was like, don't bring anything. But me personally, I'm like, I get, he brought something for his kid, whatever. Me personally, I probably would have just took my kid out though. You know what I mean? Like, you know
But
what? I'm just
he said that in the video. If you can recall, he said, "I just bring my kids." She was like, I think she just denied him from like getting his kids. Like, no, like it wasn't the McDonald's. It was anything he could have brought. It could have been a toy. It could have. Sorry,
like,
sorry, I'm shaking shit over here. It could have been a toy. It could have been anything, and that she still would have had an issue with it. So but go ahead. I didn't mean to
yeah,
cut you off. Go ahead. Do you think?
because, yeah, women can definitely bring some form of trauma to individuals, just like men can bring trauma to females. You know what I'm saying? By
Really?
that you've been through.
Yeah.
So boom. So if my wife or myself have dealt with females that did you dirty all the time, so now you get a man that's or a woman that's treating you pretty all right. Sometimes people self sabotage indirectly without even because they don't know nothing. So this too good to be true. He got to be doing some shit. Oh, he
Mm.
trying to saying what you trying to be so nice to me for? What you done? What you done did? You know what I'm saying?
I just went through that. Yeah.
Or damn, you got a good man or a good woman. So now he might be coming home. He might came home late. Might got caught at work. Didn't call though, or whatever the case may be, right? And then you say, this motherfucker, because you don't been through situations like this previously. Like, damn, he got to be up to doing stuff. So now you accuse him when he come home, and like, really, he was legit late for work. But being that you've been through certain situations, other, you automatically jump to that. This is what it is. Oh, you doing that? I done been through this before. Like, what are you talking about? So it's like, it's the trauma that they dealt with in past relationships, and that they, and whether it be a man or a female. Yes, a relationship can leave you. This, I'm saying, a relationship can leave you traumatized by the actions or the things that you went through in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it can spearhead certain things in your next relationship. Either it's not going to work right, or you may be go both ways, or it can be like, you know what? I finally found somebody. I'm gonna hold on to that. But yes, you can always be affected by something that you've been through. That's dramatic to you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I believe a female can bring trauma to a man, and I think vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. Even us as human beings that haven't been in relationships or our family, who have my the way I was raised, I bring that to my kids, and sometimes it may not always be right. You know what I'm saying? Because certain, I'm raised old school. My grandmother was an old school person. My grandmother was big mama. You know what I'm saying? So she ruled with an
Don't
iron
mess with
fist.
Big Mama.
Yeah, so she ruled with an iron fist. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I kind of bring a lot of that with with my kids. You know what I'm saying? This is how it's supposed to be. This is how, and I believe, and I stick. But my wife doesn't have the same, um, thought process on that. She don't feel that I should be like that with certain things. But I
Yeah.
feel like,
That's because we're women. We're more passionate. We're more like nurturing. So, how a man raised a child, I don't know. Like, it's a fine line because I respect that you got to be tough, but don't be too tough to where now my child or our child is afraid to come to us because of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a balance, you know what I'm saying? And I believe this is your first son, right? Like, your first kid, period, right? So it's like, it, that is, I'm sure it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? Going through that process. That up and down. Not really sure how to be the best parent that you can be because you don't want to go off of what you've been through because what you've been through was through your grandmother, which is probably the beautiful part. But there's things that you didn't learn from your mom and your dad. So.
right. And there were
So
certain things that maybe I learned from my grandmother that probably wasn't in this
your
day and
best.
age. This day and age, the correct way to do something. But you got, my grandmother was really from the old school. She was a person that was either at her young age was either picking cotton, working in the fields, or working for a white person. Cleaning their houses and taking care of their kids. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So she only know what she was taught. And a lot of times we teach our kids only because we only know what we were raised, the way we were raised, and unless we educate ourselves from better, and we change certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I might be having certain things that I do it generational wise, and I'm bringing it onto my kids because this is all I know, and this is how I have. It's like somebody that's trying to love you, don't that never been loved can't show you love. You
Yeah.
don't know how to, never been loved
Yeah.
yourself.
But
But
you know what? I sometimes go I sometimes disagree with that quote because you've never been a father until now, but you knew before you had a kid what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm saying?
true, true,
So it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of different
it
for me sometimes when I think of that.
has its gray areas with that because I figure like right now that you mentioned that, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you can learn how to love someone. You can see how you can learn that, damn, I never been loved, so, or but learn like, damn, the way this person was loving me, that's not real love. You know what I'm saying? Beating on me or doing this, whatever. But I like to think when it comes to love, everybody has their own. I think everybody has their own definition.
Definition.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, really no true definition, but there is a feeling of how you feel like, because you got females that think if they ain't getting smacked up on, that person really don't love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ain't showing me like you love. Like, I don't have to be the physical type to put my hands on you for you to feel like, all right, yeah, this nigga love me, or this dude love me.
Mhm.
So, and then you got females, like this. If you ain't doing this, if you ain't giving me money, you don't love me. You don't give me no money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody, right? That's right or wrong. In my eyes, yeah, it would be wrong. Like, I ain't gotta just give you money for me to show you that I love you. I'm there for you. I'm supporting you, no matter it's physically, mentally, emotionally. I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
just okay, only what I can do for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Eating up
It's
on.
it's funny because hmm, okay. I want to say this, but I'm trying to be mindful of how I'm saying it too. You said, don't only love me for what I can do for you. And it posed a conversation I had with my husband based on, I mentioned that we have a transactional relationship. Now, I don't come off the best sometimes because me being a woman, me being emotional, me being a Leo, and all those attributes that makes me, that probably came off a little too strong when I said it. But I'm saying this. I
Business.
feel, you know what I'm saying? Did you say?
We have a business arrangement.
No,
We have a
I don't mean
transaction.
it like that, though. No, Floss, I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying, like, think about it like this. Let me pose this mindset. See, I gotta stop letting this. Let this go because this thing gonna keep falling. I don't got time. But this is my mindset. All right. I said that we have a transactional relationship, and the reason why I feel like we have that because our society is built on transactions, and like if I wave at you, I'm expecting you to wave back. If I go to the store and I give this guy money, I'm expecting to get something in return based on what I gave you. So if I'm with you in this marriage we're in, I'm expecting you to participate in your marriage. You know what I'm saying? He has this mindset sometimes, and it's not to bash him, but I'm very honest on my platform. So he has this mindset sometimes where it's like, when I get home speech. Like, I don't know if you ever had to do that. You probably didn't because I know you didn't really have a serious situation. But he has this thing like, when I get home, things is gonna be like this, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do that, and that's all in good. And I support him with everything he wants to do. But there's a fine line of your potential and then the reality of the situation. We can want 1,000 things when you get home, but you have to do right now the best you can so we can get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense to you? So, he hates when I say that transactional thing, but it just kind of make me feel like we can't get there until you start, giving me what I need and I give you what you need to make us get to that point when we can be together when you get home. Does that make sense to you? A little bit? Like, can you see where I'm coming
Yeah.
with?
Let me see if I got what you're saying. So he has a whole lot of expectations for when he comes home, right?
Mhm.
Right. So me personally, what? Where's Aaliyah? In the bathroom. So my daughter. So my in my experience, I try not to have any more like expectations because you'll get shot down. I seen it happen.
Yeah.
I seen it happen with me. It's happened with my father. My father came home. Not to get off the topic, my father came home from doing all his time, and he had this. He used to hear about the family beefing and mingling. This part not talking to this part. This person not talking to that person. These person not dealing with this. It's confusion, dysfunctional shit. You feel me? So he had this mind. His mind that he's gonna come home and make everything right. He's gonna come home and no, my brother talking to his sister. Nah. We don't move like that. We ain't gonna nah.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna come head knocked, not literally, but head blown off where it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, bro. You came home thinking that you was gonna be Superman and fix everything, and it's not. You had your
Mhm.
expectations, but I'm not saying that you can't work through it. You can't help, but
Mhm.
no. So me personally, me too. I come home, I think that, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it just don't work that way. And then you feel like fucked up in the bed in the time. Like, damn, shit ain't going the way I want. I said I was gonna, and that can lead you to something else too. That can shift your mind. Something like, damn, now you let down for the certain things that you want to happen. You know what I'm saying? As
Mhm.
far as with your situation, you saying, okay, well, I know you got this and what you want to happen, and you got this and that, but we have to start small here. Start here with this. This is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Start here,
No,
right?
that's
Boom.
exactly.
Start right here. You you ain't gonna be nobody climbs the ladder from the top. You feel what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
levels to
You
it.
gotta
That's
have those
why
steps. Yeah, I
I'm saying
agree.
take it.
I agree with that.
Nobody starts with. You know what I'm saying? I just oh yeah, you right. He has to do what you can do here and now, and it'll work its way out towards the end when you do get home and you could do this or do that, whatever case may be. And I'm a submissive woman, you're gonna follow suit to a certain extent. But
I try. Yeah,
to
that's a
certain
fact.
things.
I try.
Yeah, I think yeah, just if me personally, I just want to have too much. I've learned not to have that many expectations, thinking that things is just gonna go the way that I want it to go, and it ain't
Mhm.
gonna just work out. This big plan in my head, it's not. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's what you think is gonna happen. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
We our thoughts into reality.
Mhm.
I'm all definitely when it comes to a plan. It all starts with a plan. Anything that you
Yeah,
think you can do,
exactly.
but there's levels to the things that you can do.
Yeah,
It's
within
just,
the box you're in, whether you're home free, wherever. So no, I
you know what
definitely understand that. Did you ever feel that um that you would be where you are today? Like, are you shocked of your
I'm saying?
accomplishments or anything?
A little bit, yeah. When I tell my story and like, and I talk to these kids with, when I talk to people, period, like I've been in galas with my job, with my second job, with the outreach work. I've been in galas with all types of people from different walks of life that ain't part of outreach work, or that's whether it's police, whether it's judges, whether it's DAs, or whether it's just rich philanthropists, um
Mm.
doctors and stuff. And I'm in these, and nobody,
These circles, yeah.
you don't know me. You know me as Sean Cooks, or whatever, Floss, the outreach worker for Snug. But you don't know the me that who I was before this, and you wouldn't know. I don't can
Mhm.
carry myself the way I used to. You know what I'm saying? I've
Mhm.
grown physically and mentally. I've grown, so I'm not that little kid no more that used to see things certain ways. I articulate myself a little better than I did before. I still stumble over my words, but I speak. I know how to move in a crowd,
Like,
in that
crowd.
type of environment. You feel me? So one day we was actually having drinks at the gala, and I said, I'm telling this guy, this older white gentleman, like, you look familiar. Like, I seen you before. Like, are you like? I thought in my mind, DA. I thought he was like a DA or something like that. So he's
Mhm.
like, I'm Judge O'Keefe. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I've been in front of you before. He's
That's the
like, yeah,
same
yeah.
judge that freaking locked you up. Don't tell
No,
me, is that?
huh? No, that's Breslin. Like, no, that's
Oh, I'm about to
yeah.
say, like,
So Breslin. So I've been in, but he didn't. There was police court before I got indicted and all that. So I'm like, I've been in front of you before, and it was like, it not blew my mind, but it kind of like showed me like, damn, I
I'm
came
with
a long
you.
way. Same room where this guy, he wouldn't have knew that I've been in front of him. He wouldn't have knew that I was that person that was going back and forth to prison unless I opened up my mouth and told.
And told you, yeah.
Now you look at me on the same playing field, somewhat. Not to say good. I mean, we ain't always on the
Yeah,
same
not
position.
all the way, but like you're definitely
Oh,
not at
but
the bottom
you're
of the
not.
barrel.
To go that this, as you will look at me in those through the lens of a judge that's that's handing down a sentence,
Like a criminal.
or yeah. So, but being that I opened up my mouth and told you, and it didn't change the way he still talked to me. He was he kind of tipsy from drinking and stuff. But it just showed me like, damn, man, I done went from being in front of these type of individuals, getting handed down sentences or whatever, just being in front of them, and then to being in them and being in the level where you are not that person no more. You wouldn't even know. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm,
So have I ever thought I would be where I'm at now? No, I did have high expectations for where I wanted my life to go. I'm still not there exactly where I want to go, but my life has gone in places in directions that I didn't see it going. I was
mhm.
maintenance
I
for all
remember.
me.
Yeah, you met when you was
I,
maintenance. Yeah.
I cleaned the grounds first. I started off grounds, and I finally got myself a building, and then I went back. I ended up going back to prison, and then I started back over again. Got myself clean up the grounds, and then I got a building to clean up. And now I'm an inspector. I'm an inspector for Section 8 housing.
You
I'm not.
worked your way up to the point where like you can look back at your life and be like, yo, I feel like you needed to go through what you went through to appreciate where you
Right.
are today. You needed that because if
And
you didn't have no blueprint to follow, like yo, I was doing that, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't, you would have been just like anybody else,
that's,
just trying to find themselves.
that's what I tell people. And people tell me, like, yo, you are a success story. You're a person that came out here, went through the street life, came out here. bumped your head a few times, but then when you finally got it right, you came out here and you did good things. Of course, yeah, I went back on a violation, then I came back out, and it's like, but you stay focused on a path of where you wanted your life to go. You know, you didn't want to go back to prison anymore, and now, right now, you know what I'm saying? You don't went from not having a job to now you have a job to have a career. I, I got a second job. It's my part-time job, but I'm working with the kids in the community. I'm showing them the change that they can be. You feel me? You can't try to talk to the young individuals and like if you ain't got nothing going for yourself and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing them that I drive a nice car. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying payments on that, but I drive it. The things that you look into to these people in the streets, you can get that. It may take a little longer, but bet you it's gonna nobody's gonna come and take it from you. As far as like you ain't gotta worry taking it from you because you bought that. Whether you're
You're
paying
doing it
payments
the
or
legit way.
hard-earned money. You got I got kids that come to a young boy that want to get an apartment. Like I got the money, but the person didn't want to take him to get the apartment. You know why? It was about credit. It was about showing 4 pay stubs. He didn't have a job. Dude, like, listen, I can let you do this. Consistency. They want to see that. Listen, I don't care. You might do have the money. Now everybody's not willing to bank on you having the money. They want to bank on like, listen, I know at least you got this job that's consistent. I know that you're gonna have money. Now you can you're not going off. They're not going off for a whim that okay, cool. You. However you getting your money, you got it. No, because there's gonna be times that you don't have that money. There's gonna be times. It could be times that you can lose your job, but at least they can feel better, secure with. All right, listen.
That you have your job. Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. That's
Oh,
crazy. Shit like that makes me so sad because he could have been doing anything else, but he saved his money to try to get a place. And he better off getting an RV and paying for that shit and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody else gonna really want to try to hear him on that. But
yeah, but I was being married and being, I thought of it, thought about having it, but not, here and there, but not
not
really.
thinking it was gonna happen for you.
Yeah, I never thought about like where I'm at, but where my life is at now. I didn't think I never thought I would be an inspector for sex. And I'm New York State certified as an inspector.
Ooh, congratulations!
Thank you. I don't even. I can do inspections on my own.
Congratulations! Can you soak that in for a moment? Like, soak that shit in. For real, you did a damn good job. For real. Like, and I remember us talking like a while back, and you was telling me like, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, everybody got a goal and a dream, but when you finally find those few people that's actually gonna execute it, that shit is breathtaking. That's breathtaking, yo. For real, you should be definitely proud of yourself because now you got your son looking at you, and even hearing your story in passing or while you telling other people, he's an image of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fucking great. I already know because your grind is heavy. You be heavy out here. You know what I'm saying? So and I follow you on social media, so I know like your clothing and everything. Like yeah, like
Yeah.
that shit is so dope. Yo, speak on your clothing. Like what?
So
My question I have for you is like, what's next for you? Which you can go into your nonprofit and your clothing. Like, what is next for Floss?
so what's next for me? What I see in myself, my name is Floss, right? So, um, that's what I like to do. I like to dress nice, No matter it doesn't have to be most expensive stuff. I do like having expensive things, but I don't always everything that I wear doesn't be expensive. It can come off the clearance rack of Zara and come to my favorite. My favorite store used to be Burlington Coat Factory, but now it ain't as much.
Yeah,
Now
they
they
be having
playing
a
around.
deal.
So but I make it look. I like to think that I make it. I put it together right. I got a sense of fashion. So I've never my name Floss, right? So that's what I like to do. So I said I wanted to, even when I was in prison, I used to say I want to turn my name into a brand. You feel what I'm saying? Like people know my name from being, oh, that's Floss. I was up north with Floss. Such and such. I didn't want it to equate to just something that's negative. All right, cool. You know me from. I could be a good dude. Yeah, you probably know that. That's my bro. I was upstate with him, but I want you to know. I want everybody to know this name, not just for you know me from upstate or you know me from the block. You know that. No, I want you to. I want this to be like not just saying to be a household name, but a worldwide name. That I want it to be
Yeah.
equated. I want to turn it into a brand, right? So I said when I go home, I used to joke and be like, yo, I'm gonna have Club Force. So my man was like, yeah, yo, that shit sound fire. I'm gonna
So
take that.
I ain't gonna front. That's a dope name.
So I was like, I got out here and started getting them into everything. I'm like, I always wanted to be a model and act, which I started. I was doing local shows here and there with the modeling, and I'm like, yo, damn, that is, it's not really working for me with the acting and modeling as much. I'm doing it, but I don't have a whole lot of time for it. But so I'm like, yo,
You'll
I'm gonna
make
end
sure
up.
that money start rolling in though.
Yeah,
You'll find the time.
I said I'm gonna turn. So I always said something with my name. Everything that I did was something with my name. So I said, yo, it was like, Floss, you should be a personal trainer, because I used to work out heavy. So I was like, you should be a personal trainer when you go home. I said, yeah, I'm gonna have Floss Fit, Floss
That's
Fitness.
fire.
And
That's
I was
fire.
like, turning everything into that. Then I was like, you know what? Everybody was doing clothing and stuff, and I'm like, it never was a big thing to me. But I said, I started doing like little sketches and stuff. I'm like, damn, I could do. I said, fuck it. Why not do? Why not try to do that? Put my hand in. When I was out here hustling in the street, I wasn't making a whole lot of money because I always got caught. But when I was out here hustling, I didn't say, oh, I'm not drugs because everybody on the block got crack or everybody on the block got weed. I'm still gonna try to stick my hand out there. So I said, you know what?
Exactly.
I'm still gonna try. I'm still gonna do it. So I said I got a sense of fashion. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do clothes. I'm always getting complimented on something that I put on, but it's somebody else's shit. So I said,
Why not do your own shit? Yeah. And
so I
also,
said,
just to add on to what you were saying, it's something that was on TikTok or one of those fucking video shits on social media, but it was like Victoria's Secret came out, one of the first brands of that. Then we got Fenty, Pink, like Lane Bryant got shit. Like we all doing the same shit. It's just who's gonna make it more affordable, who's gonna make it look better, make it look expensive. Like you said, you don't always buy the name brand shit, but you couldn't tell nobody else otherwise because you'll put it with some name brand shit and make that whole outfit look expensive. So, it's how you put it together at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You also having people wear your shit and be your walking advertisements. That shit make things happen too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Us women, like, we're walking advertisements for the Africans we get our hair done from. I'm an advertisement for somebody. I'm an advertisement for somebody. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Like, shit I wear is advertisement for somebody glasses. So it's just look at it like that. You got to give a little to get a little at the end. A lot of people don't want to be like one of my biggest things is I always be like, yo, I don't mind giving people something here for free, something here for free. People be like, I'm crazy, but like people love free shit. And with that free shit comes with a loyal customers. And loyal customers come with more customers and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely know what you want to do, but go ahead with your what is it? How do you call your name brand? Floss what? What's your
so my
clothing line?
Floss Fashions. So I
Floss
came up with the
Fashion.
name. So I was like, you know what? And I end up my wife ended up she knew that I wanted to start doing it. So one day for my for not Father's Day, excuse me, for our anniversary, for us being together before we got married, she went and got me a LLC as a gift.
Oh, yo, that's a real one. That's a real one right there, man. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. That is a fact. So
So
that's dope.
she,
It reminds me of freaking what is the Ace Hood wife? She did something for him being independent. That kind of gave me those vibes right there. So yeah, hell yeah. So yeah.
she supports me. So I used to always tell her, she'd be like, babe, all right, whatever. So I didn't really think that she really cared as much. I knew she was like, I know you could do, and I'd be like, all right, well, wait till I put it, wait till I get rich or whatever. She's like, no, I really do support. I support what you do, but you always have your mind on so many different things at one time. You just execute the thing at a time. So
Mhm.
that, and she got me that. So she went and got me
You
the
better make
LLC.
something happen with that. Don't just let that LC sit and get dusty.
So fast forward now, I had my tracksuits. I had a tracksuit, a mock tracksuit done up.
I think I
Um,
did see that. Yep, I did see that.
so I didn't really share it with people like that. I don't know if I sent it to you. I sent it to you. I
No,
think I
you
did.
did. You did.
So that's so basically what's going on now is that I'm finally gonna be into create my I'm coming off with some shirts that I'm about to promote that's about to come out. It's under my Force Fashion line. I'm having and the reason why and my brand is gonna be Floss with everything. But as far as the fashion part, I want I want it to be an unlimited brand. I don't. Yes, I want to cater to the hood and having like active wear, like the jogging suits, the shirts, the hats, or whatever the case may be. But I don't get stuck there. I want from a person from the corner of Second and Judds all the way to the Wall Street to be able to wear.
Yeah, your stuff. Yeah, and be comfortable in it for the old cats, young cats, the women, the men. I got you. No, that's facts because you don't want to be so commercial where it's like it's only for this type of person. You know what I'm saying? Or this only gym clothes is only for the gym, and I got that. Yeah, definitely understand that.
Well, if I don't care if you're Chinese, black, white, African, whatever, you'll be able to feel comfortable in it. Like, damn, if I look at that, that just look like something that a black person supposed to wear. No, it's gonna be something where everybody can wear it. You know what I'm saying? My brand is supposed to be is a limitless brand. It's not in a box. I don't because this quote that I got from Big Meech. Big Meech said on one of his books in the BMF book that I read when I was upstate. He said they say life the sky's the limit. People say that like the sky's the limit. You can go places. Sky's the limit for that person. But he said no, it's just a view. Because the sky's the limit.
I love that. You don't stop at the sky.
You actually eliminate. You're telling me that I'm telling the young boy that the sky is the limit. No, it's not. It's not for me. Then that means I'm putting a limit. So if the sky is the limit, that's the farthest I can go. No, I'm going past that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's just a view.
Mm-hmm.
So limitless, and that's what I want my brand to be. Limitless. You know what I'm saying? So
love that, yo. That's freaking dope. Okay. No, seriously, like that shit is fire. Like you really put thought behind that shit. So that's definitely what's up. Go ahead, finish what you're saying. Yeah.
And deeper. He just said that saying it's just a view, and I like kind of like took it to heart and was like thinking about it in my mind. Like you're right, and that's when I made more of a definition out of it. Like you know what, you're right. You actually telling somebody that they limit. They limit. They have a limit. It's the sky. It's not.
You have to stick by this box, this barrier. Yeah.
Right. So
what about? Go ahead.
So I'm having different. So I want to put out female. I'm putting out female clothing, but I'm starting with these shirts. It's called like I said, everything comes with Floss with my brand, most of it. So it's like I have Flossy by Nature shirts that's coming out and it's like I take the logo with the Naughty by Nature sign, how they had Naughty by Nature, and it's like I switched it up a little bit and made my own. So that's what's
I love that. No, you know what? The only thing that scares me about that because I be thinking about songs and how if you don't pay homage to the person who made the beat back in the day, then you gotta like pay them. So make sure that shit like I don't know why I feel like some copyright shit like they get
infringement and all that stuff. As long as it doesn't say the same thing exactly whatever.
They funny. I don't know if it's the same with clothing, but they funny because everything if you notice everything we grew to now came from something else and something else and then something else. So it's just like I love that. I love that Flossy by Nature, yo. I'm not gonna lie. You show me some shit we buying over here, and I'm not even just saying that. Fuck the camera. I'm serious, because I saw your shit, and you inspiring, very inspiring. Because I did my first little printout. I'm like, all right, that's good for my little printout, but I got a lot of ideas that I want to start doing for my stuff. So it's just like you very inspiring, and I don't know if you know, but I came back down here. I'm down here like I'm in Castleton, but I'm at work right now. So it's I'm basically in the Albany area. I came down here on the 2nd. So yeah, I should have just fucking just met with you and did the video, but it don't look right when I'm like there with you. I need this kind of viewpoint to kind of post it right. So but yeah, that's fire. What about you're not out can I call it a nonprofit? Yeah, business?
Not for profit yet, but I'm working on that. I'm just I want someone that's helping me do my non-for-profit told me to come start with my mission statement first. What am I doing it for? So start my non-for-profit is going to be it's going to be something with Floss in it, but it's going to be for like the people that I'm doing it for now. I work for a program with Snug, which works with high risk and at risk youth. So that's what my non-for-profit is going to be for, at risk and high risk, and people in the community, but more so these kids that's channeling their energy the wrong way. You know, the ones that's doing shootings, the ones that's getting shot. You feel what I'm saying? I want to help these individuals because I was them at one point. You know what I'm saying? I was in the field with,
There ain't no better person to do it but you, since you can
and
relate.
I can understand them. So you know what I'm saying? Do I condone or say that okay they don't know right from wrong? Yeah, they do. You know, we all did. You know what I'm saying? But some don't know any better. You feel what I'm saying? Because they don't have a lot of OGs out here that's trying to teach them right. If anything, you have a lot of them that's pushing them out there to do shit because they're young. They're impressionable. They can go ahead and go drill on something and not get a whole lot of time. And if they do get a lot of time, they still be young by the time they come home because they're so young. So, but the thing is that these young individuals, man, I want to see them do better, man. You killing each other, man. Yeah, for nothing. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. In the end, it's something, but when you break down to the root of it, it was probably something that could have been talked out, or y'all could have fought it out. If anything, like, I'm not condoning the violence, but if you got something that you really want to get off your chest, you don't gotta kill that man about it. You knuckle it up. Y'all both can
Yeah.
fight out the way, or guess what?
They don't even do that no more. They trying to end existences right now. Like they not even.
Right? They're because we all and nobody wins in them situations. You got family members from the person that dies that's hurting. He loses his life, or she loses her life, or an innocent person loses their life in between that didn't have nothing to do with it. Or you got the shooter. They they family probably didn't even raise that person to do that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't go out there and shoot that person, but now they got to be affected by it because at the end of the day, that's their kid. They got to deal with the backlash of what that person done. You have to try to take care of that person in prison because you want to make or you know what I'm saying, or you try to be there for that person and that. So they all lose. Yeah, you're still losing. They lose one to the system, lose one to the ground. And it's like I tell these little young individuals, just like it costs y'all out here shooting each other and killing each other, just like it costs to live, it costs to die too. So if your people don't got it when you out here doing this and you know right from wrong, it's got somebody that's trying to teach you that you don't have to do that, and you still go out and do it. Now you get locked up. Now you mad with your family and friends that don't be there like that, or your mother. If your mother was struggling before you got locked up with the bills and everything, trying to take care of 5 other siblings, she had to be. You expecting her to come into a whole bunch of money when you get locked up? Now you saying, well, why you ain't send me a package? Why you ain't sending me no money? You knew she was struggling when you was doing the bullshit. You feel what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. That's a
So,
fact.
so
That's the shit my brother be on. Nah, that's a fact.
do nothing. You knew that. And then cool. Just like it costs to live, it costs to die. Now she got for one, you get locked up, you're another burden because you're a mouth to feed. Because she got if she's trying to help take care of you
Support
and the
them.
kids,
Yeah, yeah.
mouth to feed. So now if you die, she didn't have it when you got locked before you died. So now she got to do a GoFundMe. She got to start selling plates to bear you off right. It costs to die. Dying ain't
Yeah.
free. You feel what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Unless you gonna do whatever with the person. But you know what I'm saying? Think about the things. This start telling the young guys. I know they have a lot of energy, negative energy that they don't know how to channel. So the only way they know how to channel is do violence. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then plus, if the music and everything. Now, I'm not coming at nobody that's artists that use that because you're only talking about shedding light on things that happen in your community. But
Yeah.
if you're already in that mindset, then you're using drugs, and then you listen to certain music that perpetuate the black on black crime or whatever the crimes that you're doing, like shooting and killing and drilling, that's just only
That's
gonna hype you
all.
up.
Yeah, they're gonna hype up to do the
No,
same
so,
shit.
so it's like,
You're
man,
feeding
so
the
now,
brain that shit, and so not even intentionally, just your subconscious mind is listening. Yeah, I definitely understand that. That's
so
crazy. All right,
hard.
so yeah,
It's hard for them to change. So I had quickly. I went to a training, right? So we deal with the age group that I deal with with my second job as an outreach worker is 14 to 25 because statistics say this is the time and frame that these kids know what they want to do. Like at 14, you're gonna. Although we know there's 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds that's off the stoops doing shit, but 14 is where you starting to finally figure out you're gonna go this way, you're gonna go that way. You know what I'm saying? And start step your foot out into the streets. And then between 14 the ones that's doing the shooting and killing and shit like that. So statistics say this. So this is our target age. So now I deal with these young individuals. You feel what I'm saying? And that's and that so I'm telling the guy is the trainer. He's like we talking about, talking to kids and training. And I was telling him, like, I got a young individual, like, yeah, they be getting me tight. He be getting me tight. So he, like, kind of heard what I said in the process of him talking. He's like, why you getting tight? I said, because I be talking to my participant. This is what we call him. I was talking to my participant, and he's like, well, I mean, I got him on track. You know what I'm saying? But then a week later, he's doing the same shit, the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But
it's like a drug. It's like you relapse somehow, some way. Like you just relapse into the negative shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's crazy. That is so crazy. You ever? Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Question that he posed to me real quick was that, all right, why are you getting mad? I said, because it be getting me frustrated. He's like, how long did it take you to change? I said, damn, I didn't change until I was about 30-something years old. So he's
That's
like,
a good question.
And that meant that kid to change just like that when you didn't get it, when you didn't even get it that fast.
And you older.
I went back and forth to prison. Keep going back before I really found out what I got. He said, so you gotta give these kids time too. That's like you. You have to work with them. They're not gonna get it just like that. Some may be like, you know what? I don't want to do that life no more. A lot of them not. Because if you with me for about 3 hours out the day, but you with your people in the streets, anything that you did with me, you're gonna forget all that by the time you leave.
Forget all that. Like you ain't don't even exist after that. That's a fact. I was gonna ask you, have you ever thought about writing a book?
Nah, not really. No, I actually thought about
doing a movie, right? Because you acting in the acting shit.
I thought about like, damn, I see all these people doing movies about themselves and stuff like that. Would my movie be interesting enough for someone to? I mean, of course you're gonna have to dramatize a little bit, but I thought about that.
You gotta tee it up, but like, you think about it, they done made Fresh Prince of Bel-Air look like it had drama. You remember the remake of it?
Right,
you can't say that though. You can't say that. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting though.
I think anything is possible. I mean, like I said, limitless. I can do anything. I think I can do anything. You know what I'm saying? With the right network. You know what I'm saying? That's what my life is about now. Networking with people or meeting so different people.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when you were talking about your nonprofit, this came up in my brain. Like I don't even know like with like obviously it has your name in it, but like Floss Profits. I don't know why. Like Floss Profits. Like it just came when you was talking about. I'm like that's the name because I'm thinking nonprofit but profits. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? It's a double entendre. So it's like it has two different meanings in it. So it was like. Think about it. Think about it.
In my mental Rolodex, because it does sound kind of dope.
Yeah, like that's what's up. And sorry, I'm just like, oh, all right. So that's fucking dope. That's fucking dope. But I know we're about to wrap it up and everything like that. But I had one just curiosity. I try to ask one like random ass question, prison related. At least that's what I'm trying to start. But I just wanted to ask you, did anything in prison made you feel like, damn, like I don't regret that? Like, what I was gonna ask you is, what was your favorite food in prison? You're probably gonna say nothing, but there's strangely enough people have their food.
But being in prison, my food was chili con con.
Chili con con? What the fuck was that?
It was called. That's what it was called, but it was like rice and beans with chili sauce.
Ooh, okay.
We get a on the side you get a cornbread with it. So that was my favorite food in there.
All right, that's shocking because I feel like people gonna be like, "Nah, I'm shit from there. Fuck them, fuck that." So I don't know. Okay, so that was dope. Okay, and
all have something. This shit was overall nasty in there, but you have certain things that you
that you would appreciate. It was something else I was just asking you too. Dang, I just said it right before I mentioned that. Oh my gosh, I'm a bad host because I'm definitely just looking train of thought.
A random question, a prison related question.
No, that was my prison related question, but I said something prior to saying that part, and I kind of said it both together. But it's not gonna come to me. Freak, it's never gonna come to me. All right, I can't think about it. But nevertheless, my last thing for you was yes, that's what it was. I think that's what it was. But I know you said you have the nonprofit and you have your clothing line, but is that kind of where your realm is kind of like? Is there anything else you wanted to reach into or inspire? I know you said modeling as well and acting, but like, Is that the only thing, like, as of right now, you see where you going, like, in the next, like, where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years? Let me just say that as the question.
In the next 5-10 years, I plan on being successful with my brand. I think my brand is willing. I'm willing to just touch every part, anything that I see fit. Like, whether it be obviously the fashion, the non for profit. I want I just want to have a chain of businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even if I just to give my peoples and them more thing, like those that are come home from prison like that,
Legacy.
yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I want my goal. My goal with my brand, with my clothing is just to wear clothes that I enjoy, that appeal to the masses.
Mhm. Mhm.
But as far as I have a lot of things that I want to do. I'm gonna have a mobile clothing store.
Mhm.
So I don't really like. My wife don't like me to talk about a lot of things that I'm trying to do. She just said just do it because she don't feel like people steal your ideas and stuff. She's
Not
like, you
even
ain't have to.
that. Not
But
no. That's true. She's on to something. That is true. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got no following. No, like, you know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying?
so,
But no, but I get your point.
like, I'm trying to just have business. I just want to be. I don't. For now, I'm not. I don't. Not saying that I'm just not thinking of above. I mean, far out, but I have, like, for right now, just working on getting myself off the ground with the
Mhm.
clothing, and it
Yeah.
being
Sorry.
and
Focus on. Mhm.
like, then I move on to that. Like, I have that I have. You know what I'm saying? Blue Floss
Mhm.
vending. So
Oh, so yeah.
I did so much because I end up having to
Yeah,
put
you
them in
talk
other.
about my vending machines. You better be doing another vending.
Soda machines. I had soda machines. So
Okay, yeah. That's definitely difficult, and I thought about doing that shit too, but I just feel like,
it's easy to
right now
do
everybody.
if you got it at a decent location and shit like that. You'll be
Yeah, but
all right.
I kind of feel like a lot of businesses that have a lot of activity, they already solidified in they juices, they waters, they that. But there is some smaller companies that's willing to work with you. But the machines is like $5,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they cost bread.
Well, I'm selling mine. So if anybody wants some more, I'm selling them. I, I,
Come on now,
I,
networker,
I,
networker.
I got 3 vending machines. I got one that I'm selling. I have one that is on the way out because the dude been paying me for it, and then the other ones I think I was gonna leave them for my sons, one for my son and my daughter, and then the other one for my other one, just to show them how to you know
How to do it? We're gonna talk
yeah,
about that. Nah, I didn't even know you had some, but we're gonna talk about that off camera. Yeah, 'cause that's where I'm at, and yeah. But you know what's so crazy? 'Cause when your wife said that, I was thinking of the TikTok quote that I heard was, "You never heard a tree grow. It just is. It is." You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's definitely something to keep in mind. I'm not in the business of, like, taking somebody else's idea or whatever. And I'm not saying you was directing that to me. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, a lot of things that you might have in your heart to do, somebody else could try to do the same thing, but they ain't got the passion like you. They don't got the ambition like you. Even if they did it like that way, it's definitely still gonna be different because it ain't you who's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why everybody who's trying to make it in this world, we're all doing the same thing, but it's what you bring into it with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see you being a type of person that's like gonna fuck the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to be a stickler. Trying to be heartless and overcharged. And you know what I'm saying? I understand you gotta eat, but at the same time, not everybody's gonna think like how you think to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing you gotta keep in mind. But
Right.
is there anything else that you would like to add, a part of your story, your time that you've shared with us? I know I done kept you away from your wife long enough, so, like, do you have anything you like want to have everyone know about you and that I didn't ask?
All right. I'm just an easygoing person, man. I'm a person that is always looking for opportunities when it comes to things that I'm trying to do, whether it be in the community um or for myself. Like, um I heard somebody say, Beanie Siegel said, people, we all use each other, right? And it's okay to use each other. But once you abuse me, then that's different. So I'm always want to use other people to help me, and I want to be able to be used to someone else. Like I got oh, that's what I wanted to mention. I have my Floss back to school event coming up in September. It's
Awesome.
the event. I did it last year. I did it on September 4th, but they're not allowing me to do it this year on September 4th because they said it's a holiday. Around that time, they don't do it on holiday weekends, which it was a holiday before, but whoever was in the office at that time in City Hall allowed it. They're not allowing it now, so I'm going for September 11th, which is the week after they start school. So last year I did a school giveaway. I gave away 11 pairs of Jordan, nine, 10 pairs of Jordans that was donated to me, different sizes. I did a raffle for them with free. Just the people only had to just pick. They only could pick raffle tickets from whatever size their kid wear. It only could be one pair of shoes. So whatever one you want to pick out. So I did that. I did raffles. I did school supplies, bouncy bounce. I had
That is so cool.
different programs from organizations there like CDPHP. Um, other places to give resources to the community, and everything was free. Nothing cost a dime. I just wanted the community to come out. Kids that's in these communities, that even if you got people that's a part of this program that's out here in the world that care about you, even if they don't know you personally, and
Mm.
giving like that something to go back, because sometimes kids you can't you got kids that go to school, and a lot of times they don't. Some people don't. They don't have the best of. They don't have like the things, so they feel unwanted when they go there. They're not happy to go back to school. And you got
Yeah,
kids that
you ain't fly like the rest of them. Yeah, I think you
are
should
doing.
definitely have a speaker too. You know, because they don't remember the programs we used to have back in the day about like Big Brother
Yeah,
programs, Big Sister, whatever.
yeah.
Like that, they don't have that no more. And if they do, it's not even spoke about anymore. Like so that you should really try to find a speaker. And not for nothing, you said September. You do it during the morning or the afternoon?
It's gonna be from 12 to 6.
12 to 6. What day is
Yeah,
it?
so September 11th. But I'm still working on everything. I'll keep you
You
posted
know,
on
because
it.
I want to help you. That's want to help you. But it's just like I
Yeah,
want to make sure. Is it a weekend? Do you know if it's a weekend?
Sunday.
Bro, let me know. Because
I definitely.
for some reason, I'm thinking like weekday. Let me know. Because I'll help you. I have no problem helping. Like, for real. Like, I'll meet with you, your wife, and we get together. You want me to pass out some tickets or whatever, give out bags? I'm willing to help you with that. For real. Because I'm
All
out
right.
here. So,
I'll keep
that's
you.
a fact. And that's really dope. But the bouncy house and everything, everybody just come in. The only thing because my sister does stuff like that, and the only thing she keeps telling me that she hates is that, like, they possibly running out because more people showed than they expected. So you think you're going to come across that?
No, last year I gave away 300 bags, and I didn't run
Oh,
out. I having too much, and I gave them to other programs that was there, that was a part of mine. I gave some back to the
you should have
to
kept it because you're gonna. If you always doing like stuff
yeah.
like this, you should
I
have
was
just
trying to
kept it.
support. I got supported, and they got donated to me, so I was trying to support other people that had programs
All right,
that
that makes
didn't.
sense.
And I was like, you know what? I have extra. Here you go. I have extra.
Yeah, man,
Give you.
that's dope. That's
So
really
yeah,
dope.
I
That's good for you.
that support. That supported me, and even if you didn't, if you need help, I got supported, so it's coming back to me regardless.
Yeah, 100-fold. No, that's a fact. No, definitely keep me in contact with the September 11th. You said it's not all the way put together, but is the date like definitely that date? I know you may not have
I will
everything together.
I will let you
That's
know
the date.
if we get locked in. It should be though.
Yeah, let me know because I want to talk to you about that, the vending, and some other shit. So again, I really appreciate you doing this for me, with me, and just kind of like
Problem.
sharing your theory. Like,
Yeah.
this is the shit that I do. I love it. I'm gonna post. I always post or whatever on my social media platform. So I'll let you know, and I send you a link to that as well. So again, thank you so much for being here, doing it, and don't be surprised if I hit you up in like a month or so. Like, yo, we gotta do part two because I got some new ones. Like, you know what I'm saying? I purposely didn't ask you every question because I felt like I had to kind of fix it, engage into other things, and some I kind of just knocked off. So you're gonna look at it probably like, she ain't asked me that question. It's by design. It's by design. So
All right.
thank you again, Floss. I really appreciate it. Tell your wife thank you for letting you do this for me. And until next time we'll chat. We definitely link up and let me know about that. I'll literally send you a message or whatever, just saying, don't forget the September 11th for me because I want to help you. So that's a fact.
All right.
So
Appreciate it.
again,
Thanks
not a
for having me.
problem, not a problem. Definitely.
Thank you for
I'll talk to you soon. No,
yeah,
that's
my and hopefully I'll be on again.
no, definitely. I appreciate you. As always, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Pushing Past Prison Community, and we're one day closer to closure and be the change you want to see. So until next time, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Peace.